That is hot.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's get started. I'm going to turn this over to Coach Nick. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Bob McCraney. I'm a coach. Michelle's a coach. Y'all have your own coaches. It's all great. Nick, take it away. We're going to talk today about virtual assistants.
Hey guys, I'm Coach Nick with Tom Ferry, and thanks for having me today. Today, I just kind of wanted to go over virtual assistants. This will be quick and sweet and to the point. I actually have the virtual assistant company that I use, which is Miss Lynn that we were talking to. So Lynn, thanks for being here today. Lynn, what's the name of your company?
Home Space Virtual Assistants.
Home Space Virtual Assistant. So at the end of this, if you guys are interested in a virtual assistant, please reach out to Lynn. She's who I use. I actually think Bob uses also, and maybe anybody else on this call might also be using her services. So first question is, what is a virtual assistant? Obviously, virtual assistant is somebody that is not next to you in the office. They are virtual, right? They are at the home. They are somewhere around the world virtually helping you grow your business. And so what was some of the benefits of a virtual assistant? So for me personally, is I'm always in and out of the office. I'm on the go. I'm here. I'm there. It just didn't make sense for me to have someone sitting right next to me all day long, helping me with my business. Another benefit is the cost. We're all in different markets. Some places it might be $20 an hour. Some places it might be $16 an hour. With a virtual assistant, it varies from $3 to, I would say, $15 an hour, depending on what company you use. Miss Lynn, I believe, I don't want to misspeak, but Miss Lynn charges $6 an hour for her services. And so anyways, so what can a virtual assistant do for you? Well, let's go over that. Virtual assistants can, make phone calls for you. They can do email for you. They can, what else can they do? Social media for you. They upload documents for closings. They put in listings for me. They do recruiting emails for me, recruiting calls for me. There's so much that a virtual assistant can do to help you grow your business. It's really changed my life because Miss Lynn and the two virtual assistants that work for me, they're amazing. And so Miss Lynn, tell a little bit about your company and some other things that maybe you could help the people on the call grow their business.
Sure. Absolutely. First of all, thank you for inviting me. It's really, a great opportunity to be here, speaking to all of you. So yes, I own the virtual assistant company. I started as a virtual assistant as well, way back, or I think more than 5 years ago. Now I have my own company and I have over 30 people working with me. So yes, they're all well-trained working with real estate agents. I also work with investors. I also work with doctors. Actually, I work with different business owners, not just with real estate agents, but I can say 70% of my company, I'm working with real estate agents. So yes, we mainly do cold calling or the ISA, inside sales assistants. So we help, setting up appointments, whether it's FISBO, expireds, or circle prospecting, calling your just sold or just listed, prospects around the neighborhood. We also do admin works, such as Nick mentioned, any admin tasks, even newsletters. We do social media, graphic design, even video editing. I know realtors love, house tours, right? That's part. And social media is very powerful nowadays. Everyone should be using it because, that's the power of social media. You have to be out there for you to be noticed, for a lot of people to use your services as well. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm offering. And especially, I know most of you are out in the field, doing showings, doing a lot of things, but there's a lot of, paperwork or works that needs to be done in the office. So we will be the one to take care of that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I was just going to ask the people on the call, what's a task or something that you just never want to do again?
Never want to do again.
Yeah, Lynn,
Mm,
let's get them to answer this. What's a task or something you do on a weekly or monthly basis that you never want to do it again?
mm.
Editing video for social media, right, Gina? Right, Jessica?
Heather? And talking to people can't be one of them. Anybody else?
Listing maintenance.
Yeah, mine's
Okay.
putting in a listing. I hate putting in a listing. I love getting a listing. I hate putting it in them and the data input sheet and all the paperwork, and the virtual assistants takes that worry away. And here's one good thing that I think too, that when if you choose to get a virtual assistant, what I did was I had videos for every task that I wanted to take off my plate, because they're not, they're not physically in front of you. So how do they learn? They learn a lot through video. And so I would send all these videos on my Google Drive that they would have access to, and they would literally, hey, Nick, how do I input a listing? Please go to the Google Drive. I have a video for you. If you have any questions, call me. And so they would go and watch the video, and it would teach them step by step on how to do each task. So
Nick, I did the same thing. I did the exact same thing. I figured it was easier if I just literally showed them via recording a Zoom screen. That's it. And it works really well.
Yeah, it's perfect. And here's the thing too that I'm learning about my virtual assistants is that on a bi-weekly basis, I just call them. Hey, how are you guys doing? Alta, Alyssa, how are you? How's social media? What can I do better? Because they're working with other clients around the country that are mostly real estate agents. And literally they have great ideas. Like one of the virtual assistants that my client uses, one of my coaching clients, he goes, Nick, I just went from 5 to like 55 Google reviews. And I was like, whoa, what'd you just say? How did you do that? Well, Lynn came up with a script to script all your Facebook friends that, hey, I'm in a competition with my company. Please leave me a 5-star review. You don't have to leave a comment. Anyways, he goes from, but this was all from a virtual assistant. So now every day, guess what my virtual assistant does? She goes to my Facebook friends and she goes down and she reaches 10 or 15 every day. And so those are just the kind of little bit ideas about. Yes, Bob.
So one of the trepidations I've always had is giving people like my access to my Instagram by giving away my password. What technology? I've heard there's a technology that I can set it up where if I set you up in this, you can get into my YouTube and my Facebook and stuff, but you don't technically have the password to my account.
LastPass.
It's called LastPass.
LastPass.
LastPass is
Yeah.
like $10 a month. And they only have to set up their own accounts, and anytime you no longer want them to have access to a specific product or at all, you just remove their access.
And that's exactly what I want to do. But I've had people, I'll just give us your Instagram account. And I'm like, no. I might as well give you the pin to my ATM card at the same time. Either Gina's trying to poke you in the eye or she's trying to unmute. She's trying to unmute. Okay.
Another thing that I have my virtual assistant working on that's new is how many of you hate checking emails every day? Like, good Lord, like I don't have any hair, but man, if I had to pull my hair out every time I had to check my emails, well, now my virtual assistant goes in there and she deletes them. She puts them in labels and folders. And now I don't have to worry about it. I go in there, I look at the important ones, and that's it. And I can move on to my day and my other tasks and stuff.
I have over 30,000 unread messages in my inbox.
Oh my gosh.
84,000.
There are 300 sellers and they're waiting for you to respond right now.
Not a one of them. It's all trash. I just don't know how to block everybody. They keep coming back when I do.
I've got 84,000, Heather.
Oh my gosh. And that, look, and I was up there too, and my virtual assistant went in there and made labels and put everything in there, put how, there was documents. Now when someone calls me and says, hey, do you have that final walkthrough on 123 Main Street? I literally go to my email, I go 123 Main Street, and there it all is. There's all the documents. So I don't have to worry about it. But the whole point, in my opinion, as a virtual assistant is take all the things away that you don't like to do. That doesn't, Tom talks about this all the time. If you don't have an assistant, guess who is the assistant? You are the assistant. And so the most important thing, in my opinion, is money-making activities. Talking to your client, writing contracts, going to closings, showing houses. That's money-making activities, shooting videos, anything that will get you to the next client.
Coach Bob, Coach Nick, do you all use your VA to do marketing or posting on your social media accounts?
Nick apparently does. Lynn for us is calling. We have over 6,000 people in our database. And Lynn and her folks have gone through, we gave her the hard task of grabbing people who are like 3 years or older. And they pulled out at least 20 people that we had let slip through the cracks. Easily 20 people, probably. I don't have an exact number, but we're the great thing, and I'm not trying to just make Lynn the queen of the world, although she is, you know, we get an email every hour on the hour. Here's how many calls I made, here's how many dials, how many whatevers. And so they're literally telling us exactly what they're doing hour by hour by hour.
Yeah.
I have another virtual assistant who does stuff for me for WordPress. I hear from him once a month when the bill is due. I don't hear hour by hour what's happening.
Yeah.
So Coach Bob, what does that look like when they're making the calls for you? Like, what's that introduction like, since they're not, you know, a licensed agent?
Lynn,
Lynn,
what's your,
introduction.
go ahead.
Yeah, Lynn.
Okay. All right, just an example. If your question is how do we introduce ourselves, right, over the phone?
Correct.
Like, hey, yes, hi, good morning. I'm looking for Nick. Hi, Nick. This is Lynn. I'm working with Nick's Mace with RedSeaRealty.com. I mean, sorry, Red Sea Realty. So we just wanted to check if your property is still up for sale. So we asked those questions, and then we just wanted to know, you know, how are you doing? You know, I saw that your property's been on the market for 3 months now. Are you getting any interested buyers or interested prospects? Then we ask different questions. So whether it's FISBO or expireds, we introduce that we're calling from your office. We're your assistant. And they know. And they know.
Yeah, and more specifically for Lynn, for us is contacting more buyer leads. We're not going after FISBOs and expireds. I think maybe for Nick, they are.
Yeah, like I used to have mine making recruiting calls for our company. And literally they would say, hey, I'm calling on behalf of Nick and, you know, HomeSmart Realty South. We're just wondering, would you be interested in learning more about what HomeSmart has to offer? They either say yes or no. And if they say yes, and then they send you, what I like too, they send you a nice email how the conversation went and when to contact them. So everything, you know, everything's right there.
And you can tailor your scripts to whatever your state requirements are. I will tell you, I have been a hard sell on this for years. I did not want to do virtual assistants because, well, they're not licensed in Texas. And I finally had somebody knock me across the head and say, Bob, you're the only one driving 55 down the highway and everybody else is doing 90. You're going to get creamed. I'm the one following the rules. And all my competitors are out there doing 90 miles an hour. And I'm sitting here in the left-hand lane with my flashers on doing 55.
And it didn't hurt that we were at a Real Geeks conference and I was sitting next to Nick. As his assistant, texted him twice with like lead follow, like call this one, like they're ready to go. How did that not happen? How that happened I was like, Bob, we need to hire these people.
So this is the third hour of calls yesterday. I don't know if you can read that. How many dials, how many voicemails, we get literally that granular results. And when one is live, we get a flash email and a text says, oh my God, Bob Leslie, somebody assigned this person, they want to talk.
Yeah.
That is work my agents won't do right now, and work that Leslie and I don't have to do.
There's nothing more frustrating for a team leader when they say they just bought a house. Like,
I used to keep track of that. When I would pull the data, we're like, oh, look, they just sold their house 2 months ago. Oh, they've been in our system for 4 years, but we haven't contacted them how long?
right. Right.
Who could use 4 hours back in your day?
Yeah. And Lynn starts with 4 hours. So, you know, look, $24 a day, 5 days a week. What's that? $100 a week? I don't know. I have to do the math.
120.
120.
You literally needed your virtual assistants to do math.
Yeah.
Nick. Okay. Andrea has her hand up.
Yeah.
She does indeed. Good morning, everybody. So my question is, are there minimums? So I'm not sure if you just answered that. You gave an approximate, but was that a minimum?
At least 20. Mm-hmm.
20 hours.
20.
20 hours a week?
Okay. And I have a lot of friends who are Filipino. My first best friend was Filipino.
Really?
Mahal kita.
Oh, mahal kita.
But when I get a phone call from somebody with a very strong accent, I immediately know or believe that it's a virtual assistant. Is that a deterrent? And do you have people who have more Americanized accents?
Yes, because that's a number one requirement. Because we're doing the phone calls. Yes.
Okay, so would you say that you have an Americanized accent or a stronger accent?
I have Americanized accent, and we've been working with call centers for like over a decade now here. So I started working with different companies in the US via call center before I did, this virtual assistant work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle, Coach Michelle has her hand up.
I do. Quick question for you is some of the virtual assistant companies that I've talked to have said, yes, it's $6 an hour, but you have to pay a $2,000 upfront fee or whatever. What is the actual cost?
For us, usually it's an hourly rate. And then for other fees, it could be just because of the dialer, or it could be onboarding fees, but no more than $200 usually.
No.
So the onboarding fees are $200. Is that what you said?
Yes.
So there's no
199.
So, and then is there a period where there's a training period where we're not paying, or is that right out of the gate?
All of my people are actually trained already. So, but in case that you have some like screen recording, or you'd like us to do something that could be new for us or different, because different realtors are also using different systems. So yeah,
that was my next question is do you have agents that are or employees that are already with Follow Up Boss or Sierra or Boomtown that are specialized? Okay, I know that was going to be the next question. So
okay, yeah, we use those, but in just any case that we're not familiar, it's new to us, we will let you know, of course. And we can actually, review the training or do the training even, not during your working hours.
And Lynn's assistant, Faye, she's always constantly, and I'm very bad about giving feedback because I'm just so busy. She's always going to everybody saying, hey, how is everything? How's everything going? So that means a lot to me, because if there is a problem, then I know that Lynn cares, and I can reach out to Faye and say, hey, look, I'm having some trouble with this or this. We can get the problem, solved.
I know we do that weekly. Sorry for bugging you, Nick.
No, I love it. No, I love it. No, I have nothing to complain about. Trust me.
There's never a lack of communication.
Correct. For sure.
Thank you.
And I wish Coach Stephanie was on here. I know she's busy killing it, but she has like 5 or 6 virtual assistants. She's grown her business with virtual assistants, and it's been amazing how she's done it and the systems she's put in place.
Yes.
To help that. Let's see, any other questions or anything about virtual assistants or anything that they can do?
How many unfollowed up leads do each of you have?
Oh, I did.
How many unfollowed up leads do each of you have? If you have more than 500 unfollowed up leads, raise your hand. If you don't, then you need a website that brings in leads for you. Okay, so
I saw a message here. Sorry, excuse me. I think it was Jessica. She has a question. How long is the contract? To be honest, I don't hold my clients under contract. So as long as you give me a notice, at least a week or 2, ahead of time that, for example, you're planning to pause or terminate the contract, you're moving to a new direction, just give us a heads up at least a week or two so I can reassign my virtual assistant to another, client in case we have a new one. So, but I don't hold them under contract that you have to stay with me for 6 months. And even we're not getting anything, you have to stay with me. So I don't do that. You have the freedom to go because I know sometimes people are going to different directions. So just let me know at least a week or two ahead of time. That's it.
And somebody asked, are you familiar with Boomtown?
Yes, we use Boomtown, Real Geeks, Follow Up Boss, Vulcan 7, Red X. I have a lot. Yeah, but usually I use MLS. We know how to. Lion Desk, yes. Lion Desk, I heard this. Is this for credit repair as well?
No, Lion Desk is a real estate.
Real estate plan.
Yeah.
I have a client who's actually using Lion Desk for the credit repair business. Chime, yes. We use this.
So Dave asked me a question of if you were doing WordPress work for me, and I said no, or I don't have Lynn for that one. I have a second virtual assistant. We're doing the WordPress. But Lynn, do you do WordPress?
We do.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe at some point I consolidate. Hostile takeover going on here. So so yeah, it for me it's a matter of, and I will tell you, it was, Leslie's right. We were at the Real Geeks conference sitting next to Nick. Nick is sitting here getting updates from the virtual assistant, and I just was like, finally, I was like, I've got to try this and see what happens. Do you help write SOPs, standards of practice?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And ChatGPT would, I'm sure, help you write one of those as well.
To say.
ChatGPT, write me a standard of practice for real estate or for whatever. So yeah, it's just, for me, it's a matter of, we had so many leads that I knew our agents were not following up on. And I can go kick my agents in the head for it, but they're not going to do it.
Really?
And Lynn and her people have churned through that list almost to the point that I don't want to give my agents any leads. I just want to give them all over to Lynn, and then she can tell us which ones are hot.
By the way, although we gave a whole bunch of older leads to Lynn's group, they're in rotation. They get brand new leads as well.
So we have a question here, I think from Heather. Do you have VAs that focus solely on social media and marketing efforts? Yes, I do. So usually if I assign, for example, you may need someone to do calls and you may need someone to do social media or even video editing. It's actually different people handling those tasks. It's not just one person doing everything. Yeah, just to make sure that the work will be done and the focus will be there.
They do the same, like I have one that just does social media every day, and then I have another one for 4 hours, does like admin tasks, email marketing, MLS stuff, upload photos, just any other admin tasks that I need.
Like, you could really seriously give them access to MLS and just have them run market reports. Like, hey, your market update this week. And I don't know about y'all, but we do multiple cities. Although we don't have Lynn doing this, it would be, I could easily record a Zoom showing exactly how it's done, and her people will pick it up and just run with it.
Or how about Google My Business? Every day they go in there and they update my Google My Business. I think I have over 2,000 photos now. So I mean,
Oh, geez.
geotag. And my Google My Business went from like way low to like way high now. Like we're up there in the top 2 or 3 in our market. So they can geotag photos, they can upload. A lot of times they take my social media and they upload it onto the Google My Business. And so I don't have to worry about it every day.
So Coach Nick, with the Google My Business, did you primarily just ask your VAs to focus on your presence on Google My Business, or did you specifically say, I want you to go in and make sure all photos are geotagged? Just trying to understand if you have to be granular with the instruction that you're giving, or just basically giving an idea. Be
granular what you want. And I use a Trello board. I don't know if you guys know what Trello is. And I have a daily task on there. So they literally go onto the Trello board and they know what their daily task is every single day, what they're doing on Mondays. First of the month, they're ordering postcards for all my past clients. I mean, they know, I mean, it's the Trello board's built out they know exactly what they're doing every single day. So.
Andrea had an unanswered question here. Can you expound on the video editing stuff, please?
Yes, for video editing, so we can do any video editing or even the captions or reels if you need those, like short video clips, or if you have YouTube channel, we can do that as well. So different platforms, TikTok, okay, more for YouTube. Yes, we do that. So even TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, we handle those.
Yeah, they'll do everything.
Yes.
More YouTube, please. Let's see. I mean, there's really, look, all my coaching clients, if they're productive and they're making money, I'm saying you need to get a hold of Lynn. Start with 4 hours a day, and they can do a lot in 4 hours. It doesn't take 4 hours to do social media. I mean, if they do an hour a day of social media, an hour a day of making phone calls on, on leads, an hour a day on updating your Google My Business. Who sends out a market update every week or every month? I mean, they could be doing that for you, right?
Month.
Right, a month. And so there's all kinds, Google My Business, email marketing, there's all kinds of stuff they can be doing for 4 hours that's at minimal cost compared to the commissions that we're making.
Jessica asked a question here. When first starting out, can one VA handle multiple areas of the business, or do I need 5 VAs?
Oh, having 5 VAs, that never happened. Okay, that never happened yet.
Yes.
So, but yes, I have a person that can do everything but if it's just calls, it's just calls. But if it's more admin, social media, or even editing, I have, those are all trained. As long as it's off the phone, yeah, they're actually trained for doing any admin or social media stuff, or even video editing. I have that. And for calls, just calls, yeah.
Gina asked, what about long form video editing? I'm not sure the difference between that, what the intention of the question was.
Long form video editing, because there are videos that are really long. For example, just an example. For example, Nick doing a coaching, doing some coaching video. So sometimes it's really long. It's not like a video tour that may take just a minute. So yes, we do that. We handle those.
And when you hire Lynn, she makes you fill out a sheet, and it's like what your needs are. And what she does is she takes that sheet, she finds a virtual assistant that fits your needs. So she's not going to find someone that's really good on the phone who can't do social media if you need social media, right? She's going to try to match you with someone that fits your business.
And I will be there for sure. I'm always there. I'm actually part of all of the groups, so I monitor my people, and if there's any questions or important that I have to attend to, I'm there. Sometimes I just pop up in the group, right, Nick? I just watch the conversation of you with my virtual assistant, and sometimes I just message you randomly in the group.
I love my virtual assistants. I love all to death. Look, they're great. They're real people. Call them, love on them. Like I'm blessed to have them in my business and help me every single day.
Thank you.
So go ahead, Bob.
Oh, I'm sorry. Andrea raised her hand in virtual world, and I raised at the same time. Go ahead, Andrea.
Thank you. So Nick, I'd like some more understanding of how you're using it. Not it, them. So you said the Google My Business page, maybe you said not virtual, social media. Where are they best spent? Like, where's their time and effort best spent?
Anything that I don't want to do, that's where they're best spent. If it's not me making phone calls or talking to clients, I try to take everything else off my plate and onto them. And then
go ahead.
and try to fit them what they do best. Social media, email marketing, Google My Business, inputting listings, the closing process. When you get done with the closing, we have a closing process that they get on there and they send out the review emails. They close it in the MLS. They put it in our past, client spreadsheet, stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you.
I always tell my clients, hey, look, before our next call, write down everything you hate to do.
Yeah.
Trust me, you'll be surprised. We can all get with a long list, right? And I say, okay, when you hire a virtual assistant, this is what we're going to coach them to do and help you out.
Do you have an in-person assistant as well?
I do not. I used to have an in-person assistant, and I just didn't see the point. Someone sitting right next to me all day. And plus what I was paying per hour, I didn't feel like I was getting the value.
Mhm. If you don't have somebody sitting, an in-person, then it totally makes sense. But I have a lot of value in having somebody who can, meet the locksmith or put on a lockbox and all that stuff. And a virtual obviously can't do that.
Yeah. And it helps that it's your daughter and she's amazing and sweet.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And
But-
nepotism and I pay her when I can. So that
Yeah.
works out great.
She's not gonna turn you over to the bill collector. So
Mm.
I have a in-person assistant who really is just, hey, could you run to the mailbox for me and grab this? But it's not like I have set hours with her, and she never sends me a bill. So it's not really, I feel sometimes I'm more her assistant than she's my assistant, because we're best buddies, and we just go grab drinks together. And, oh, by the way, can you put a sign in the yard for me? This is much more structured. And the person that I have in person, if I gave her a structured list, would probably be like, dude, we're friends. What are you doing? It wouldn't be that, hey, you're a work person for me. And Lynn is very much, Lynn's people have a task and they're rocking it. So for me, it's kind of that separation. I need that distance. If that makes sense at all.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, and Andrew, I was literally thinking when I hired the virtual assistants, oh my gosh, who's going to put my signs out? Who's doing my closings? And so I found a closing coordinator that just takes care of the closings. And I found a person, he's halfway retired, he's retired, and he loves putting out the signs and picks them up and picks the lock boxes up. So you can kind of maybe find somebody to fit your needs, for the office if you need somebody.
Okay, Bob, you and I can explore this more.
Yeah,
on our
absolutely.
calls.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Let's see. Yeah, I wish Stephanie was on here. I should have called her and asked her to be on. Because man, when I tell you her Trello board, guys, if you could see her Trello board of what her virtual assistants do on task, it's amazing. I mean, it's like a whole nother, it's like not human. I'm like, what in the world? How did you come up with that? It's brilliant. But
Well, she actually is teaching her class in the next couple of months.
what is her class?
Her class is going to be on organization.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Yeah.
So get a VA and then take her class and get all the stuff to use this and then combine them together.
Her class is on June 9th.
June 9th, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Can I ask Lynn a question?
Yeah, sure.
Is it easier for you? Like, I know Nick said he has videos for everything. Is it easier for you to train people using the videos, or otherwise, what do you do? Do you do like a Zoom call and kind of share screens? How do you do it?
Sorry, forgive me. I missed a question. So regarding the videos, apologize. Again?
No,
You
what's the best method for us to train your
Okay.
VAs to do our process?
The process. Okay. Loom video, you can record your screen for just an example. If there's a special instruction that is needed to be done for example, in your CRM, I want to upload this, I want this to go here or there. So Loom video, or we can have at least a Zoom meeting, whichever you prefer. It could be a Zoom meeting or just a recorded, video of your screen. So I know you may be busy during the day. So during your free time, you can just record a video and you can just shoot it to me and we can watch it and we can do it. Mhm. There. Sorry. Was I able to answer the question? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Well, is there any more questions? Like I said, I love, it's been the best thing that I've ever done. And I hope to add more virtual assistants as the business grows or as I need. But man, now I can come into the office. I know what's going on. I can make phone calls. I can go on appointments. I can go show buyers, and I'm not worried about, oh my gosh, I didn't get my Google My Business, done today. I didn't get my emails sent out. I didn't do my social media. I hate social media. I'm sorry. I hate it. I love it for the business. I love it for real estate. I mean, I hate getting on there and posting and doing all that stuff. I just feel like I could be doing something else with my time. YouTube is huge for me, and they upload all my videos and they share them and they put them on reels and shorts. So, I mean, they're amazing for the cost and the commissions that we're getting. It's literally pennies on the dollar.
Can you talk more about the YouTube stuff? Because that's very interesting to me.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah. What type of the YouTube? I started a channel a couple years ago and just got really consistent at it. And I think we're up to about 200 videos now. And so when we have a video, we upload it to our Google Drive. Our virtual assistant goes on the Google Drive, and then she posts it on YouTube. She sets up the YouTube ad. We run ads on YouTube. She puts it on YouTube Shorts, and then just puts it on our Google My Business page and just kind of puts it everywhere.
And that's bringing business, helping to bring business?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The Google My Business. Of course, I'm in a small market, Shreveport, Louisiana. I don't know if you guys know where that's at, northwest corner. Very small market. But yeah, and there's no one else doing it in my market. And other clients that are in Houston that are using some YouTube ads, they're starting to see some results. But like anything else, it takes time.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Coach Nick, is your VA doing your editing for your videos, or is it already edited before you upload it to your Google Drive?
Yeah, that's a great question. My videographer does the editing for me. So it's already edited on there. I really didn't know, actually, that I didn't know that they edited videos until Lynn just said it. So it might be something that maybe I can have them start doing.
Yes. Editing. Mhm.
Lynn, do you have anybody who does QuickBooks?
Ooh.
QuickBooks. No.
Okay. Go fish. Okay.
Yeah.
Bookkeeping.
There's got to be something she doesn't do.
Lynn, what about bookkeeping or like reconciling accounts?
That, to be honest, I haven't done that yet.
And that, I hate to say it, maybe since tax laws are different in each country, I'm not sure that they would have somebody who would understand US tax laws. I don't understand US tax laws, and I've lived here 56 years. So yeah, there's got to be something she doesn't do. And could we outsource our family members to you and you just deal with them? That would be lovely as well.
Well, I'm in a local BNI group, business networking group here in town, and the chiropractor said, Nick, don't you have virtual assistants? And I said, oh my gosh, I love them. I'll get you with Lynn. I said, I don't know if she could help you because I don't know, if she does anything other than real estate agents. And she emailed me back. She said, yes, Nick, we work for many doctors and help them with setting appointments and schedules and stuff like that. So it was perfect.
Yeah. I'm working with a doctor right now. He's a general physician. He's with me for over 2 years now.
And what do you do for him, Lynn?
Scheduling appointments, insurances, verifying, even prescriptions. Sometimes the doctor is really busy. Excuse my baby. I have a baby. That's why we're working from home.
Oh,
So yes, we do the prescription. Sometimes the doctor is really busy, doesn't have time to write down everything, So what we do, what he does is he record this audio and we transcribe it. Then we send it, via email, like the lab results to those patients. Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about this, Lynn.
Yeah.
If I transfer if I transferred phone calls to you, like say during an 8-hour period, would you guys answer the phone and then direct them, email it to me and answer the phones for me?
Yeah, I have a client who's doing that. Like, we work during business hours. So for example, 8 to 5. So whenever there's a call coming in, we're the one who's getting the incoming calls. And then we can do a transfer or live transfer, like warm transfer to you if it's needed.
Oh, wow. Geez,
Mhm.
that would be great. Or you could do it for the brokerage. Wow, that's great. See, look, I learned something new.
Whoa.
Yeah. So while waiting, if there's no incoming calls, then we just do any admin work, whatever we're doing currently for you. But we can also handle calls. You know, Alta and Alisa, they're actually both also trained with calls.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And what system would you use to transfer it, like Ring Central or something, or what system would you use to do that?
Oh,
Actually, yeah, we have Ring Central. Actually, my client is using Ring Central.
so there was a notice, I got it from Real Geeks, and I also got it from Ring Central, where there's a new law coming down that to prevent spam calls, you have to register your TIN number as a business with your phone number through either Real Geeks or Ring Central. And I've done it for both.
What's going on, Andy?
Charlie,
Long time
you're-
no
Charlie, Charlie, you're not muted. Okay. So you have to register your TIN number so that it knows you're a real business. Otherwise, they're going to stop calls soon.
Yeah, I got that notice as well with my Ring Central. So yes, you just have to reply and your company name. I think there's some license or location. You just have to fill it out, right?
Oh, okay.
And you should be good after that. Mhm.
And then I know too, when they were making calls for me, they weren't having much luck. And then I had them call me and their number was saying restricted. So we worked it back out where their number was showing a local number. So that's
Yeah.
just, just
So I need to put in the Team Bob email this next week to go look and see if the TIN number issue is for everybody's sites.
Mhm.
So that might be something. I don't think I can go help everybody do it, but they all should be aware that the TIN number thing is going to become a issue if you have dialers.
I get spam calls all day long. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah. We had a landline at my mom's care center for like a year. We plugged the phone in and literally 5 minutes later, the first call started. And for the whole year we had that phone line, we just turned the ringer off. It was there if she needed to call 911, but and couldn't get to the cell phone, which would obviously be the better thing. But yeah, literally it's just spam every 5 seconds.
That would be great for my mother. She'd have somebody to talk to all day.
We should do it.
I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Better them than me.
Yep. Okay, guys, anything else? Lynn, thank you for being here. Nick, thank you for arranging all this.
No, thank you so much, Bob. Thank you, Nick. Really appreciate the opportunity to be here.
No,
And everybody have a great week.
thanks,
Nick,
Bob.
anything else you want to wrap up with?
No, it was great. Thanks for jumping on the call, guys. Thanks, Lynn, thanks, Bob, for putting this together. Hopefully you guys got some good nuggets out of it. And if you need to reach me, you can always call me, email me, reach out to Bob. He's got my information. Anything, I'm here to help.
Yes.
Okay, guys, take care.
No, thank you. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.